Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. NBA says controversial foul call in final seconds of Warriors vs Rockets game was correct. The Houston Rockets snapped a 15-game losing streak against the Golden State Warriors in thrilling and controversial fashion on Wednesday night with a 91-90 victory in the quarterfinals of the NBA Cup. With the win, the Rockets advance to Las Vegas and will face the Oklahoma City Thunder in the semifinals. After trailing by 6 with less than 90 seconds to play, the Rockets closed on a 7-0 run and went ahead for good on a pair of free throws by Jalen Green with 3.5 seconds left. In the lead-up to Green's free throws, there was a chaotic sequence that left the Warriors questioning the officials. According to the league's last 2-minute report, however, the refs got it right. Let's take a look back at the madness. After Alperen Sengun cut the deficit to 1 with a layup with 27.2 seconds to go, the Rockets decided to play defense instead of fouling. The Warriors ran the clock down, though perhaps not as far as you may have expected. Steph Curry launched a step-back three-pointer with 9 seconds remaining on the shot clock that was wide right. In the ensuing scramble for the loose ball, Gary Payton dove on it, and then Fred VanVleet dove on top of him. Payton then tried to roll the ball over to Jonathan Kuminga, but Green read the situation and hit the deck himself. Kuminga and Green converged, and Kuminga was ultimately called for a foul, which sent Green to the line for the game-winning free throws for Houston. The Warriors were incensed. "I've never seen a loose ball foul in a jump ball situation 80 feet from the basket with the game on the line," Warriors coach Steve Kerr said. "I've never seen that. I think I saw it in college one time 30 years ago. Never seen it in the NBA. That is unconscionable. I don't even understand what just happened. Loose ball, diving on the floor 80 feet from the basket, and you're gonna give a guy 2 free throws to decide a game when people are scrambling for the ball? Give them a timeout and let the players decide the game." Despite Kerr's objections, the last 2-minute report stated that Kuminga, GSW, reaches over Green, HOU, in an attempt to get to the ball and pulls his shoulder down. And as for the tussle between Payton and VanVleet, the NBA's report called it incidental contact. In fact, the only call the league said the officials missed in the closing seconds was what should have been a 5-second violation on Brandon Podziemski on the Warriors' final possession. The league's conclusion won't do anything to convince Kerr, who fundamentally disagreed with the call. "I'm pissed off. I wanted to go to Las Vegas," Kerr said. "We wanted to win this cup. We aren't going because of a loose ball foul 80 feet from the basket with the game on the line. I've never seen anything like it in my life. That was ridiculous. The game was a complete wrestling match. They didn't call anything. You've established you're not going to call anything throughout the game. It's a physical game and you're gonna call a loose ball foul in a jump ball situation with guys diving on the floor with the game on the line? This is a billion-dollar industry. You got people's jobs on the line. I am stunned. I am stunned," Warriors coach goes on epic rant after shocking loss in NBA Cup. Golden State Warriors coach Steve Kerr has had a number of epic rants about NBA officiating over the years. His rant on Wednesday night after the Dubs' stunning loss to the Rockets in the NBA Cup quarterfinals, though, may be one of his most vicious verbal takedowns ever. The Warriors led by as many as 7 in the final 4 minutes, but had their lead cut to 1 point with 27 seconds left. Steph Curry took a three-pointer with 11 seconds left but missed, with the ensuing rebound attempt turning into a wild scramble for a loose ball. Initially, Gary Payton got the loose ball for the Warriors while Rockets guard Fred VanVleet dove after it, leading Payton to try and pass the ball from the floor to a teammate. That pass became a second loose ball, with Houston's Jalen Green and Golden State's Jonathan Kuminga diving for the ball. Crew chief Billy Kennedy blew his whistle with 3.1 seconds left and called a foul on Kuminga for reaching in. Green made both free throws, the Warriors' last-second shot was blocked and Houston escaped with a 91-90 win. A few minutes later, Kerr went to his press conference and gazed out with a blank stare when initially asked about the call, then went on a 2-minute diatribe against the call, mixing resignation and indignation. "I've never seen a loose ball foul on a jump ball situation 80 feet from the basket with the game on the line," Kerr said. "I've never seen that. I think I saw it in college one time 30 years ago. Never seen it in the NBA. That is unconscionable. I don't even understand what just happened. Loose ball, diving on the floor, 80 feet from the basket, and you're going to give a guy 2 free throws to decide the game when people are scrambling for the ball. Just give them a timeout. Give them a timeout and let the players decide the game. That's how you officiate, especially because the game was a complete wrestling match. They didn't call anything. Steph Curry got hit on the elbow, plain as day, on a jump shot. Just clubbed right on the arm, no call. You've established you're just not going to call anything throughout the game. It's a physical game. You're going to call a loose ball foul on a jump ball situation with guys diving on the floor with the game on the line. This is a billion-dollar industry. You've got people's jobs on the line. I am stunned. I'm stunned." Kerr continued, "I give the Rockets credit. They battled back, they played great defense all night. But I feel for our guys. Our guys battled back, played their asses off, and deserved to win that game, or at least have a chance for one stop at the end to finish the game. And that was taken from us by a call that I don't think an elementary school referee would have made, because that guy would have had feel and said, you know what, I'm not going to decide a game on a loose ball 80 feet from the basket." ESPN scoops Kerr and Jimmy Butler's agent squabble over Warriors rumors. Player agent Bernie Lee and ESPN reporter Shams Charania are verbally duking it out over reports that Miami Heat star Jimmy Butler wants a trade to the Golden State Warriors, or another contending team. Charania reported Tuesday that Lee, who is Butler's agent, had told league circles the Heat guard was interested in a trade to the Dallas Mavericks, Houston Rockets, citing his Texas heritage, and the Dubs. The ESPN reporter then expanded this list to include the Phoenix Suns on Wednesday. That last tidbit was a bridge too far for Lee, who publicly criticized Charania's reporting on X, formerly Twitter, responding to the Suns news in a quote tweet. "All right, listen," Lee wrote in one post. "I gave you a pass yesterday because I was busy, but if you don't stop putting my name on your complete and utter made-up bulls, because you know you normally aren't worth my time to acknowledge. I don't know what I'm going to do because I'm a middle-aged dad, but just know it would indicate severe dislike," Lee wrote in a second post. "World, all this is fabricated. I have never, and honestly it wouldn't help me or the position I represent to do anything that's been reported by said journalist." Lee then put out a third reply to the news, suggesting that Charania should pretend that he let ChatGPT write his news for him and admit it made a mistake. While discussing Butler's connection to the Suns on ESPN's First Take Thursday, Charania did not reference Lee's criticism until the very end of his segment when host Stephen A. Smith prompted the reporter to do so. "I 1000% stand by my reporting," Charania said, looking directly at the camera. "It's fully vetted and, as a professional, that's what I do. That's what I get paid to do. That's what I'm going to do, report truthfully and accurately." Lee is no stranger to defending the players he represents on social media. His timeline is filled with posts either propping up his guys. Butler, Chris Dunn, and Ben Simmons are the ones most frequently mentioned in his tweets, or standing up for them in response to criticism. But those who saw Charania's response on television wouldn't know since the reporter never mentioned Lee's name. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Jimmy Butler? Leave your opinion in the comments.